We know that Trinity Hall at Cambridge is targeting private school students to encourage more applications, but what are the current rates between state school and independent school students? In 2024, 10,074 UK applicants came from state schools versus 3,593 from independents. This was 69% versus 25%, with the rest going to other school types. 71% of offers were sent to those from state schools, while independent students received 25%. Meanwhile, acceptances were split 68% to 28%. This gave state school students a 25% offer rate and 19% acceptance rate. Independents also had a 25% offer rate, but their acceptance rate was 22%, a considerable increase. As the offer rates are identical, the disparity between the acceptance rates isn't really caused by Cambridge, so we can't accuse the university as a whole of having an inherent bias. So, let's look at Trinity Hall specifically. In the same year, the proportion of state school to independent school students was 70-30, with a similar rate of offers. The offer rate for independent school students was actually a little bit lower than state school students, 26% versus 28%. But then the acceptance rate once again shows a decline for state schools. The proportion shifts to 65-35, and the state school acceptance rate drops to 19%, far lower than the 24% rate for independent schools. However, in previous years, these figures were very different. Between 2021 and 2023, state school students saw far higher success rates than private school students. 2022 saw the largest divide for offer rates, 31% versus 19%. Acceptance rates were also far better for state school applicants, with 2022 once again having a major divide of 30% versus 19%. So, Trinity Hall has actually been very favourable to state school students in previous years, at least compared to Cambridge as a whole. Up until 2024, independent school students were actually proportionally underrepresented when comparing the number of applications to acceptances, which may have inspired these concerns of reverse discrimination among the fellows at the college. Before we finish, let's look at the actual courses that Trinity Hall are promoting with this policy. Well, there's actually not that much we can get from this data, because Cambridge doesn't report figures under 5. However, that does tell us that none of these courses are very in demand at the college. The classics and languages data is a bit weird, so we'll ignore that. But for music, we can see that there weren't any state school applicants for the subject at Trinity Hall in 2024. So, what do you think? Does this data back up claims made by critics of the policy? Or does it show the need to promote these courses to certain students? Drop your thoughts below.